What are the current champion numbers for each respective class? Yes, I think it's coming up to a year since I last did a video like this that looked at the Mystic problem and whether or not we had a class-based system in MCOC which was favouring one over the other. FYI, voting for Hercules I don't think helps the cause out too much, but people voted the way they wanted. Now there is a link in the description that I will be referring to, and it's on screen now, which is for the Marvel Contest of Champions fandom, which looks at a sort of up-to-date class numbering and as well release schedule for different and various champions. And also in this video we're going to be throwing up suggestions of other characters, and I welcome the comment section to add different ones and put them in a respective class so that then we can try and top up the amount that is missing, because yeah, let's face it, there's a lot missing in respective classes. Now based on my calculations there are 196 playable champions. This also covers trophy champions and very weird, obscure and rare champions like Immortal Iron Fist, like Kang the Conqueror and so many more. The list also includes Psycho Man into the numbers and as well Super Skrull. And yeah, all the adding up is taken from this list here. So you've got everything from first introduction of Thor back in 2014 right the way through to let's say Red Goblin in October 8th, 2020, and so many other types of champions and classes and whatnot, and also the obscure ones like Weapon X, for example, and also Thanos and as well Immortal Iron Fist, etc, etc. But yeah, the sad thing really comes with the amount and the numbers which I've put on screen now. So for Cosmic, including Super Skrull, we are seeing 37 champions. For Mutant, we're seeing 37 as well. And as well with Mystic, 29. 30 if you include Scarlet Witch Sigil, which is still something that has a massive question mark behind it. I don't know what's going on with that character. I don't know if it's going to tie into something with the WandaVision show as a season finale. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be the next trophy champion, with Weapon X being such a one that was just like back a long time ago as a trophy champion. But as well, it could be a release down the line. For Science, we've got 30, which is incredibly low and does come on par with Mystic, but it's 29 if you don't count Scarlet Witch Sigil, which I don't think we really should. And then we've got Skill at 33 characters, and then we've got Tech with 30, which also includes Psycho Man into that number as well, because it's part of Super Skrull being released this month. 2020 was actually a really good year for Mystics. We had 6 really strong Mystics being put into the game. But at the same time, there was still the odd Cosmic that slipped in, which still topped up those numbers as it usually seems to do, with having like Nova, with having Terrux, with having Airwalker, Red Goblin and the Cosmic Ghost Rider, which again just like put it out of reach when it comes to those Cosmics. And I don't know whether or not 2021 is going to be the same, but we're getting Hercules, so it's definitely going to add up to that. So the champions that need to be added in, unfortunately, will be if there's going to be a top up. And not to say Kabam have to do this, it's just looking at what class is lacking, and it will be Mystic again, as well as Science. And for a good chunk of 2020, it seemed like we weren't going to get any Science champions, with Red Guardian being the only one in May. It was only to the latter part of the year with Hulk, Immortal Hulk and Immortal Abomination and Spider-Ham that saw that little kind of like top up. So everything with Mystic and Science kind of went equal. Now I don't doubt that Marvel Contest of Champions and Kabam will add in a lot more diverse champions, and especially to cover a lot of the, well, lacking in numbers for the classes. Especially with the way that Cavalier nodes have dramatically changed, and the need to have different types of classes with different types of toolkits, like having a tech champion that could deal with Unstoppable, or having a science champion that would be able to deal with evades, which there are some out there, but it's a case of going like, well, you changed the node, so therefore we need champions with kit in order to deal with those situations. And especially if you look further at tech and going like, look, they only have 30, so would be cool to see some more tech champions this year. The same thing with Science and Mystic. I think that Mutant and Cosmic are going to be somewhat of a problem ongoing, because there will be so many mutants to look at and add in potentially, and the same thing with Cosmics, because we're going like out of the world and realms with Eternals as movie characters and so many other movie-based characters yet to come in from other worlds. Cosmics are going to be very, very important. But what we're going to try and do in this video is add 3 more champions at least to Mystic, to Science, and to Tech, there could be good additions to this game moving forward. Now, starting off the first Tech champion, which I think is pretty much a given, Kabam have said that at a time they do want to introduce Omega Sentinel into the game, and it would be an amazing character to be added in. I'm a bit disappointed she didn't win the vote, but Kabam say that she's going to come in at a later date, so roll on that. And her affiliation with Nimrod, that's another character I'd love to see in this game. Could be some really great additions, especially from like what they can do with power control, healing, and so many other things that keep her alive in the game. Like a Guillotine 2099, but you know, having her own story process. Next up, a character like Deathlock would be an amazing addition. The character itself is very complex, especially from a lot of the fight for his own understanding of who he is, what he is, and why he is. Lots of inner turmoil that needs to be reconciled. But from a point of what the character can do, it's just a savage cyborg. So yeah, it would be great to have this character in. Next up is Deathlock. Deathlock, similar to Omega Sentinel, has a plethora of different powers you can tap into. Healing, energy blasts, you name it, he's got it. And as well being like a #1 marksman, and also the fact that he's just like a savage cyborg is like a great character to have in this game. So that would be the other one. The final Tech champion I'd like to see is the Wizard or Wizard. This character is a Fantastic Four villain, and let's face it, Marvel Contest Champion seems to be going with the narrative of, let's say, once a year adding in one, maybe two, or several of these Fantastic Four related villains. And I would say that the Wizard would be a great addition. His tech suit is beyond anything that a lot of other characters in the Marvel Universe have created, but as well most of his power is derived from it, so it would definitely be a tech suit that would be making him super strong. So yeah, really quickly, we could bump up the tech line to 34, just very easy. And I'd like Nimrod to have like synergies with Sentinel and any other kind of villain, or as well things that he's had like rivalries with any different types of mutants along the line of his comic book history. Moving on to Science, and those that watched the Spider-Man animated series will remember a character called Alistair Smythe. Kind of a mad scientist type fella, experimented on himself, and as a result was in a wheelchair to begin with. Then he got these kind of like weird bio-enhanced, I don't know what to call them, like shoulder weaponry thing. He would definitely fall into the Science line, especially with this bio-organic carapace that is literally just giving him the strength, giving him the spinal support he needs in order to walk. Also, there's a few things like you've got these kind of weird, like strange feet type stuff, and it's like, it's very, very weird. There's also like other elements to the way that this kind of carapace works with extra weaponry and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a scientific character that could be added in. But also that doesn't rule out any other Spider-Verse based character. We could be seeing Morbius, and that was in the champion vote. There was also Lizard, Scorpion. There's a whole host of characters that are associated with this universe that could be and have a great place in this game. Like Sandman as well, a character that players have been calling out for a long time. But here's the thing, you can't go down the Science line without giving a nod to Pym Particles, but in particular, William Forster, Goliath. That would be a great character to add in, especially if Kabam could do something with the size alteration, but as well just like putting this character in would be a great idea. Yeah, with the Science line, you can really top it up a little bit further. Even High Evolutionary could be a Science character. There would be an argument whether or not this should be more of a cosmic character, but definitely if Kabam were looking to either split hairs or look at outer world or otherworld scientists, then definitely High Evolutionary could be put in, and as well expand out their universe story arc, and as well characters and champions that could be added into this game. And now to end our exploration on the Mystic problem. Now, people might say there's not a huge amount of Mystic champions to go off of, and especially that can be said to be somewhat true in the Marvel Universe. But there's definitely some out there that do deserve your attention. Wiccan, Shaman, Hellstrom, and the Ancient One. Now with the Marvel Universe itself, and especially the Marvel Cinematic Universe or TV Cinematic Universe, going in the direction of talking about the new Avengers and the sons, the daughters of some of these key Marvel characters, it does point you in the direction of the new Avengers, the young Avengers, and you might see the likes of Wiccan actually on the big screen. So it would be good to say that Wiccan could be a very viable character to be in the game. I mean, we've seen a tip to this character in WandaVision, so hey, this is Billy, by the way, if you've seen WandaVision. His powers are very similar to those of Scarlet Witch, from having reality warping, electrokinesis, teleportation, healing, flight, chirokinesis. You know, there are a whole plethora of stuff. Not exactly like Scarlet Witch, there are some differences, but still, having a character in the game that has similar powers, but also something quite unique in his creation is definitely a reason that I'd love to see this character in game. And with Shaman having ties to Native America, as well as Hellstrom having his ties to Hell, and also Ancient One being, well, all-powerful, right? There could be some really top end to the way that characters are delivered to be that a mega level mutant, a mega level character, super A-rated damage, and definitely god tier options, beyond god tier options for future. It would be great to see some of these characters put in game, and it definitely top up those numbers that we see on screen. But what character would you like to see put into game that would top up these numbers? Put it in the comment section down below. Also, for those that don't know, the Lunar event looks like it's going to be dropping today, at least like 6 PM normal time, 10 AM PST, 1800 hours GMT for people in the UK. So yeah, I'll probably be doing some content on that and just kind of saying, like, you know, just a quick video like what it's like and whatnot. And then as well, make sure to check out some other content posted up there. I'm going to be posting a few more videos about this month's content before moving on to the guides that I've got on my list to do. And there's a lot, so I need to get on with that. But yeah, check out Rich's Realm tomorrow. It's make or break for Kabam and Marvel Realm of Champions to see if they're going to save their game, because there's been some problems. There's a video up about that, so if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.